Hey everyone, Travis here at BlizzCon 2014 with the newly announced Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone, World of Warcraft, StarCraft 2, and Overwatch competitive gamer Doublelift trying to get his hands into all 5 games at once. Doublelift, how are you planning on accomplishing this?
I'm also the newly announced jungle for CLG.
Okay.
Yeah, but probably not well. Scar's not going to take that pretty well.
Yeah. Well, you haven't broken the news to him yet?
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, he has strictly said no other games
Yeah.
while we're in LCS mode.
Yes. I did hear you get very excited about Warlords of Draenor earlier and then get shut down.
We will never be slaves, Travis, but we will be conquerors.
Yeah. So beautiful, beautiful. No. What? You made it here for the second day of BlizzCon. Did you see anything here that you thought was interesting?
Yeah, I saw a lot of stuff interesting. So like the Warcraft movie trailer was super sick. I'm like, I've been dreaming of like a Warcraft movie. Game came out 2004. I played it with my brother. I was 11, and I've been thinking like Warcraft universe is just so cool. I grew up on Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, like grew up on WoW. It's just such a big part of my life. And then when the Warcraft movie got announced, like I don't know, it was like 6 years ago or something like that, and it got canceled. It was like a really big bummer. And then this time I thought it was actually just like a kind of a joke or like maybe just like rumors or something like that. But there's actually a trailer that I probably can't talk about because it was like exclusive or whatever.
You're not under NDA. You can talk about it.
Oh well,
You're so used to not being able to talk about stuff.
God.
It's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so sick. It was ridiculously cool. It's like Lothar and Duratan or something like that. Their stories, and then it's like the humans versus orcs. It's just really sick. And it looks like they're doing a super good job with it. And then what's the other thing I'm excited about? Legacy of the Void, like I don't really care. Honestly, StarCraft's kind of dead to me. Hearthstone's cool. It's just another card pack thing, right? So like how excited can you be for another just expansion of
120 cards.
Yeah, I know. It's cool, but I don't know.
Do you like the goblins or the gnomes more?
Gnomes, obviously. Gnomes are the best. What else am I excited? Oh yeah, Warlords of Draenor, because I played WoW for like really big part of my life. Yeah. But and actually hilariously, Scar and Afro were like top PvPers, as was I. And it's funny because like I envisioned like in the future maybe if we do have free time or something like that, I want to play WoW just like 3v3 with Scar and Afro. But yeah, we were like multi-glads. It was fun. It was really fun. It was a big part of my life. So I hope Warlords of Draenor is actually good instead of a piece of crap like Mist was.
I liked Mist.
I'm not down with the pandas. That's not a very compelling storyline. When the enemy is the evil magic man or whoever it is.
I've never known you to enjoy games because of the storylines.
There has to be like an enemy, right? Like why is like the enemy like the first dungeon I did in Mist?
Well, the enemy in Mist is Garrosh, right?
In Mists?
Yeah.
You mean in Warlords?
No. He was bad. Hey, friend of mine. The enemy in Mist was Garrosh, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was Garrosh.
I don't know. The first dungeon I did, you were fighting like beer spirits, and I was like, this is stupid. Like, this is just like for kids now. It's like a joke.
We brought the WoW expert in for that one. All right. Anyway, the big reason I want to talk to you is that last year we did a interview at BlizzCon where you talked about Heroes and what you thought of it. This time, I actually did a little first impressions video with Kelby about Overwatch, which is Blizzard's first new franchise in 17 years, first new IP, etc.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
And you had a chance to play it. So, as someone, I know you used to play. You've never played FPSs like for professionally, but I know you used to play a ton of CS. You like esports. What do you think?
Yeah, so I came also not just from WoW, but like I played a lot of Call of Duty and CS, and it's absolutely nothing like those. Like if you're like a PC FPS player, you like those Switch shooters, you like Battlefield, Call of Duty, Counter-Strike, stuff like that, like the big names. It's way more like Team Fortress, which you could probably tell from just the trailer. And I'm absolutely garbage at the game. Yeah, it's like they kind of have like a class system, and then within the classes they have like this different heroes or whatever they're called, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just really cool. I expect it to be one of those games just like Heroes of the Storm, just like Hearthstone, where you can just kind of like get into a game and then hop out of it really fast. There's not like a huge time commitment like there kind of was with WoW. And then I think it's going to be really, really popular, like super popular. Just from my first impression of the game, this game is like amazing. If they released it right now, I would play it like instantly, but it's like, what is it, like early alpha or something ridiculous like that?
Yeah, they don't even have. They said closed beta in next year, so that could be any time next year. Yeah.
It's like insane how early in development the game is, but it already feels super nice and really fun to play. So I think it's gonna be really, 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 really popular. Like probably along the lines of Hearthstone, just like explode on. Everyone's watching it on Twitch. There's big tournaments, stuff like that. It's more casual though.
Yeah. Well, we had this discussion last year about Heroes, but now we're here.
Yeah.
So what do you think of it as an esport? Do you think it's competitive? Do you think there'll be big tournaments and stuff like that?
So yeah, when I was talking to people who really did understand the game, and I don't, but from what I understand, there's a global XP. There's no items. There's no carrying. When you get ahead, your entire team is equally ahead.
We're talking about Overwatch still.
Oh, we're talking about Overwatch.
Because I was saying, I said like last year you gave me the analysis on if Heroes can be an esport. You said you didn't see it being too similar to League or Dota as an esport. And now I'm asking you, is Overwatch going to be an esport?
Oh, I don't know. I think FPS actually, inherently, I think FPS is kind of flawed as a spectator sport. So that's like a really big problem. The fact that you can't see everything that everyone else sees, like the actual players see. For example, when you play League, you see the same thing that I see. Like you watch the game, and then you see the same game that I'm seeing on my monitor. But and similarly, kind of with RTS, with StarCraft, it's a little different, but for the most part, you do see the same things that the players see. With FPS, it's really weird because you can only see one person's actual perspective out of like 10 people. So if it's 5-on-5, you can only follow one person. That's why I think FPS is just inherently flawed as a spectator sport. So I don't know if it's going to be an esport, but...
I mean, CSGO is really popular, and people would say it's an esport, right? So saying that FPSs can't be an esport or whatever is...
I don't. I think they're flawed, though. Okay. So that's why CSGO, like, even though everyone played CS, it's not as big as League. Like, there's not as much money, there's not as much professional organizations, sponsors backing, all this stuff as there is in League. So,
well, let's put it this way: do you see Overwatch hitting like CS:GO levels of popularity and like interest in tournaments and competitiveness and all
that? Yeah, actually, I think I do. Just because Blizzard's done a really good job with Hearthstone. I don't think Hearthstone by any means is like a super competitive game. There's a lot of luck involved. Obviously, it's a card game, so you know you have to keep that in mind. But the fact that Hearthstone gets the viewership that it does already, and it's somewhat like it's pretty competitive. Honestly, it is. So if they do the same job with Overwatch, it's gonna be their new like IP. So everyone's gonna keep their eyes on it and be really interested in it. And it's also something that Blizzard's never done before. It's FPS. So yeah, I can see it definitely being like really good, especially because right now the only real competition for it is like CS:GO, which they're very different. So I don't think it's gonna be like competing with CS:GO exactly. It's more just gonna be alongside CS:GO.
Well, hey, I'm just going to round out the interview. A little bit of League talk because I would be remiss if I did not ask you about the announcement of Zion, Spartan, and Skara to your team. Anything you want to, any comments about that? Are you like, it'll be okay? Or is this finally the dream team? Is the dream finally going to happen after all these years?
Dream team, a bit of a stretch, but Zion's really cool. Like, actually, I played with him a lot, and so far just doing with him and hanging out with him. He's got a really good attitude, super easy to get along with. Very rarely, like honestly, top laners are kind of a weird breed. They're very loner. Yeah, they're kind of like hermits. You know, they just do what they do, and you kind of leave them alone because they don't really want to be a part of the team. Especially like just in my experience on CLG, that's how it is. But Zion's really sociable. He's really nice. He's really, really easy. He just admits his mistakes. He's like, boom. After the scrim, I played bad. I made a mistake here. It's okay. Like I'll fix it. It's like, damn. Like I see so much promise in him. Like that when he fucks up, he's gonna fix it. Like I just know he will because he takes it so seriously, and his communication is super on point. I've never had a top laner that talks as much as him because like they have that hermit kind of attitude a lot of the time. Like Nia and Seraph, Hotshot, just all the top laners I've ever played with are very quiet, soft-spoken guys. Just really just do their own thing and then don't really participate too much. Zion is like always talking, super vocal. I think he was the shot caller of Dig or like one of them, and it really shows because in our communication, there's just non-stop flow of information from him. I really like it. Like I think actually, then there's this like this big circle jerk about like how CLG is gonna suck the skill out of Zion and make him like break his mentality because like all the other top laners ended up sucking. I don't know what's up with that. Like I heavily encourage Zion, and you can see in our interactions, just like on stream and stuff, I encourage him to play carries. I encourage him to do what he wants to do because he's a good player and he can do it. Like it's within his capabilities to do that kind of stuff. So yeah, I really do trust in him. And then with Skara, obviously he's Skara. He's gonna coach us. He's cool.
He's Scar. He's going to coach us. He's cool. High praise for the new coach of CLG. I can tell you're really excited about it already. Thank you so much,
A few words.
Yeah, I can tell. You talked about Zion for like 5 minutes straight.
Okay,
and
what
then
do you want to say about Scara? He's Scar. Like, he's smart. He pays for
intelligent,
food.
good looking. He pays for food.
He pays for food. That's all we need from a coach. Pay for our food.
Check out the rest of our coverage of all things esports, BlizzCon, and more at ongamers.com.